All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 3 video. Today, we're going to be talking about the potential announcement of Injustice 3. More so, this was inspired because a lot of people have been asking me, hey, Super, do you think that NetherRealm is going to announce something at Final Combat? That's going to be the final event for Mortal Kombat 1. We're going to talk about all that right now. I've actually had to do this video a few times because I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm going to try to keep everything in a good timeline and concise because I confuse myself at times in the other videos. I'm like, normally I don't do 2 takes. I just do 1. But I'm like, what the hell am I talking about at one point? All right, so let's go in order here. By the way, leave a thumbs up on the video. For the Leonardo gameplay in the background, this is actually my most viewed video of all time. Injustice 2 wise has over 1 million views. So Leo did work back in the day. This was uploaded 7 years ago. It's probably the first video that I uploaded when the Turtles came out, which is always usually the most popular video out of the bunch. So, all right. The inspiration for this video was people were asking me if I think there's going to be some sort of announcement for the next NetherRealm game at Final Combat. And my answer is no. I really do not think that NetherRealm would announce an Injustice game during the final tournament, like pretty much the final goodbye event for Mortal Kombat 1. Keep in mind, the support with future content has stopped since March or April, whenever it was that they announced that there was not going to be any more support for future content for MK1. That has been in the plannings even before T1000 came out. So there's not going to be anything else. No Combat Pack 3, no story mode expansion or second story mode expansion. The game is pretty much done after September 28th. So Final Combat is September 26th through the 28th. It's the final hurrah for MK1. And I think they want to give the game its due. They want to just focus on the game, focus on the players, finish off the tournament right with the final champion, probably going to be Sonic Fox, and just close out that chapter completely. So I actually do not think that there's going to be any sort of announcement of Final Combat. I give it like a 5% chance that they tease something or announce something at Final Combat. I really don't see that happening. So the most important date is December 11th, guys. Write that in your calendar. December 11th is the date for the Game Awards this year. The Game Awards has a great relationship with Warner Brothers, NetherRealm Studios. Obviously, they had the amazing surprise reveal of MK11. Started off the game with the most hype ever. Still the best reveal in NetherRealm history. They've had other reveals like Combat Pack 2 back in MKX days. They have a great relationship. And if the game, speaking of Injustice 3, is going to come out next year, there's only 2 release windows, okay? There's 2 release windows that NetherRealm has always had. It's either going to be released in April or September. And the last 2 Mortal Kombat games have followed those 2 different release dates. Mortal Kombat 11 came out in April. Mortal Kombat 1 came out in September. So Injustice 3, or whatever the game that NetherRealm is working on next, it's going to follow one of those 2 games. Because I will tell you guys right now, there is 0 chance that we don't get a NetherRealm game until 2027. There is 0 chance. There is no way that NetherRealm Studios would take another 4 years to create a new game. There's no way. Especially with the added focus and, the stopping of the DLC support for MK1 early to focus on the next game. There's no way that there's going to be a NetherRealm game until 2027. So that means that Injustice 3 has 2 release dates. The reason why the Game Awards is so important is because if the game is revealed at the Game Awards in December of this year, it means that the game will come out in April. And if the game is not revealed at the Game Awards December 11th, that means that the game will most likely come out in September and get announced at Summer Game Fest. So those are the two options that I see for Injustice 3 / whatever game NetherRealm is working on next. If we get the game revealed at the Game Awards, I just repeat it again because it's pretty much the whole point of the video. If Injustice 3, I'm just going to call it Injustice 3, gets announced at the Game Awards, it will follow the Mortal Kombat 11 trajectory and get revealed at the Game Awards in December, released in April. If the game doesn't get revealed at the Game Awards, we will get a Summer Games Fest reveal, and it will come out in September, following in the footsteps of Mortal Kombat 1. Those are the scenarios. Those are the only scenarios that I see. Now, there could be teases. I'm not saying that there can be teases before those dates. For example, when MK1 came out, the CEO in a investors call literally leaked NetherRealm's own game. If you guys remember, during a investors call, he literally said that NetherRealm Studios is working on the new Mortal Kombat game. This was like a month or 2 months before Summer Game Fest, where they eventually ended up revealing MK1. Like, they didn't even get a chance to reveal their own game because the CEO came out and spoiled it for them. So what they ended up doing is they ended up starting in, I think, April. Late April. Yeah, mid to late April, they started giving us hints. They started with the grain of sand that exploded into a new universe, galaxy. So the teases sometimes actually do come before the reveal, but I'm just talking about the straight up reveal. Those are the two scenarios. Those are the two, I guess, directions in which Injustice 3 will get announced. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This all pretty much stemmed from people asking me if I thought that there was going to be anything at Final Combat, and my answer is no. But since I'm already here talking about that, might as well give you guys, in my opinion, the two paths to Injustice 3, the reveal and the release of the game. So just to reiterate again, I'm talking about reveal. There could be teases leading up to the reveal if they don't want to, like, surprise like MK11. Because when MK11 came out, there was nothing. There was like zero. There was just radio noise, like nothing, right? And then Ed Boon came out and surprised everyone. Hey, yeah, that was the wrong video there that they played. I was supposed to show the trailer for MK11. So just to reiterate, if Injustice 3 gets announced at the Game Awards this December, that means it's coming out in April. And if it does not get announced at the Game Awards, that means it'll get announced in May at Summer Games Fest, and it will come out in September. Bam. There you go. Now I understand myself. Normally I do one takes, but at one point I got confused in the other take. I'm like, man, I'm just going to erase that and just start all over. So here I am. I hope you guys understand, because I understood myself this time. This time I actually did. Only time will tell. I'm not a insider. I don't know anything. My relationship with NetherRealm Studios is, I get access to record early gameplay of DLC characters sometimes, or the game when, I get invited to go play the game early when it gets announced at like trade shows, right? At like Summer Games Fest, I got invited. Other than that, I have no other relationship. Like, I have no connections with anyone at NetherRealm Studios. So I know as much as you guys do about whatever the hell they do with their new games releases. I'm just talking about experience. I'm comparing this to other experiences that I've had over the course of covering NetherRealm Studios games since MKX. So I'm just trying to put those experiences together to try to put together like a roadmap for Injustice 3 and when it could potentially be revealed and released. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Trying to keep the hype going here for the next NetherRealm game, because we're probably not going to get anything, honestly. No clues of it, no teases of it, nothing until the Game Awards. And then if it's not at the Game Awards, then we're going to have to wait until like April, May of next year. I hope it gets announced at the Game Awards, because I want something to get hyped about. There hasn't been anything to get hyped about since T1000 came out on March 17th, so I need something. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.